And good evening, high school softball fans, and welcome again to another edition of the Big Time Sports. I'm the mellow tones of Charlie Jones, and tonight in the house, as advertised, we have got the new Philadelphia Quaker softball team. So stay right there. We're going to talk high school softball with Coach John Dubkey and those rough and tough new Philadelphia softball ladies. But until then, let me tell you what's happening at the Big Time Sports. Up north, in our northern studio, we've got the new Malone University men's basketball coach. His name is Tay Gibbs. Joe Dunn, my counterpart in our northern studio, will invite in Tay Gibbs, the new coach at Malone University. Watch it this week on the Big Time Sports TV show. Now, another busy week with games. We got 2 softball games this week, 2 big ones. Now, we're going to go to Hoover High School up in the Federal League. We're going to do Hoover and the Perry Panthers. So we've got the Vikings against the Panthers in high school softball this week. Be sure to check our website for those replay times. Then, of course, we're going to go up to Strasburg Division 7, taking on Austintown Fitch, Division 1. That's Davy and Goliath, baby, are going to collide at Franklin Park in Strasburg. At Strasburg, Division 7, ranked number 5 in Division 7 against the number 1 team in all of Ohio, Division 1, Austintown Fitch. That'll be a big one, and the Big Time Sports guys will be there. Also, don't forget, we've got a podcast called The Dogs. It's all about the Cleveland Browns and the NFL. So if you're a football fan, an NFL fan, a Cleveland Browns fan, you want to be sure to check out our podcast called The Dogs. Then, of course, our podcast host, Percy Gardner. Everybody knows Percy Gardner. He's going to host the Big Time Sports Show. We refer to it as Big Time Sports Today. So that's not one, but 2 big podcasts on the Big Time Sports website. Join the fun. Check it out. Our website, 58,000 followers on our Facebook. We're busy. We're doing something right. We are number 1. I'm going to step back, catch my breath, and here comes the rough and tough new Philadelphia Quakers through our security gate. We'll be back as soon as we check them in after you watch this from Ferris Chevrolet Toyota.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
When that autumn chill rolls in, head to Millwood Lumber in Janaid and Hutton. We've got seasoned firewood, bark-free, clean, and ready to burn. Each grab-and-go bundle shrink-wrapped with a handle, perfect for your fireplace, camper, patio, or wood stove. We also sell bulk firewood and buy-standing timber. Stop by 2400 Larson Road or visit millwoodlumberinc.com, your hometown source for warmth, comfort, and friendly faces.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
As advertised, as we promised, we have got the new Philadelphia Quaker softball gals in the house. With me this segment, let me introduce head coach John Dubkey. And Coach, welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show.
Hey, thanks for having us again, Charlie. Thanks for supporting us.
Well, we finally got the Quakers in the house. You guys are busy, busy, busy.
This was kind of tough this year to get in here.
This has been a bad spring, hasn't it?
It's been kind of tough. Had to redo it a couple times because of rainouts and moving games around, and so. But we're here.
It's a headache for you. It's a headache for Ricky Neff. It's a headache for me.
But
everybody concerned.
But we're here. And,
yep. All right. So tell me about these Quakers. You're getting close to tournament time now. You just had your draw yesterday. Okay. So give me a report card on the Quakers.
Well, no. Of course, you knew from last year that we graduated 7 seniors last year. 5 4-year starters. So we knew this year was going to be a transition year of youth, youth and experience, trying to bring them together to build the team back up. And it's kind of played out that way. Early on in the season, we struggled. We've lost 5 one-run games this year.
Wow, 5 one-run games?
5 one-run games, and 3 of them were extra innings. So it's, I always say that's just an example of a young team.
Yes.
Can't find a way to finish. And that's exactly what we've done this year. But I feel like over the last 2 weeks, we're starting to hit a stride here a little bit. Like I said, we won 3 of the last 4 games. We knocked off Connaughton. We beat Ashland twice last week. The second game was convincingly. So I think we're going in the right direction. I just can't believe we're already at tournament time.
It is.
It feels like it just started, and now here we are, a week or so away from tournaments. And
and hopefully we get some warm weather.
Yeah.
I don't know how you or these girls can be standing out there when it's 40 degrees, the wind's blowing, and everybody's freezing. How can you play softball when it's cold outside?
It's pretty tough. I wish Ohio would change that, move it back something, because it's not as much fun, especially the older I get. It's not as fun in the cold weather.
No,
and
not.
Like we had a game last week at Ashland, and we played at Ashland U, which is a really nice facility, all turf, but it was cold.
Yes.
It was a cold night up there, and the girls played really well. But yeah, it's a different mindset when it gets 40 below.
how does somebody like a Jillian Howard pitch a softball when you have to wear gloves just to be out on the field?
We talk about that quite a bit, actually, because I keep telling them that when it gets cold, she can voucher this. Keep your fingers cold. You got to keep your fingers warm. You got to keep your fingers warm, because once your fingers go cold, you can't feel the ball.
No.
You can't move the ball. You can't do your curve balls and things like that, because you have to have that feeling in your fingers. So we're always like, keep your hands warm. Keep your hands warm.
So what about the Quakers this week? Who do you have this week?
This week we make a trip out to West Holmes tomorrow, and then we have West Holmes on Wednesday here.
Okay.
Right now, that's all we have scheduled. We do have some flexibility of maybe adding another game before the tournaments next week. And then we still got 2 league games next week. So next week's going to be really busy with the tournament and league.
What happens if you don't get the league games in? Do they just...
We have to actually make those league games up. We have to
That's
play
what I
all the
thought.
league games. So, matter of fact, we're looking at a situation where Monday we will open with Zanesville at home. We beat those guys. We would then play Dover on Wednesday, which is our league game with Worcester. So that'll have to get moved to another day so we can get the tournament game in. So it's going to be kind of moving some things around next week and get ready for it. It's time to go.
So for the people who have not seen your Quakers play, okay, tell me about the offense.
The offense is where we have struggled a lot this year. Like I said, with all those seniors that was really good hitters last year, it's taken us some time to get things going. But like I said, we offensively here in the last 2 weeks, we've picked it up. We scored 18 against Ashland there last week. Hit the ball really well. Best we've hit all season. The night before, we beat them 4-0. It's crazy. You go a night 4-0. Next night you go out and beat them 18-8. So I feel like the offense is coming. Obviously, we'll talk to Sarah here in a few minutes. She's been the cornerstone of that, especially for power. And then Mackenzie Mason has been hitting the ball really well. Last weekend she hit really well. Jill's picked it up in the last week or so, and we have several other ones that are doing pretty well too. So
Okay, so now, what about this thing called defense? Should I go there? Because I know, because I saw a couple of your games, and probably in those games I've seen you play, you've had 10 E's.
yes. we were collecting E's at a pretty good rate early on, and it seems like it's the one inning, as you saw. So Dover,
Yeah.
you know, we were in a 3-2 ball game with those guys with 2 outs, and then we had like 4 consecutive errors.
That's right. With 2 outs.
With 2 outs, and gave up 5 runs. We did that several times this year, where we would have 2 outs and then we would give up 4 errors. So, but the errors have gotten they're less now. As the season's gone along, we're starting to play better defense, which is why we're winning some games now. And you know, we have to continue to do that, obviously, going up against Dover in a week or so, you know.
Yeah.
So the errors have backed down. Our pitching right now has been solid between Jillian and our freshman, Brylan Smith. Both of them are pitching really well right now. I feel confident with either one of them on the mound. So
if you had one extra day of practice to get ready for your tournaments, what would your clipboard say?
We're going to hit. We're going to play defense, and we're going to pitch a little bit.
Okay.
So we're going to hit we're hitting all 3.
You're going to hit all 3, right?
We're hitting all 3.
Okay.
We're hitting all 3. Probably add a little bunny into that also.
All right, Coach, I got to stop you right there. We got to take a timeout. I got to throw it to a commercial. So let's do that. Coach John Dubkey of the Quakers in the house tonight with those mellow tones. We're going to step aside for a minute, and when we come back, we are going to talk to the only girl on the roster at New Philadelphia that has a boyfriend from across the river. We will be back with Big Time Sports after you watch this from Ferris Chevrolet Toyota.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
At Wayne Door, we are your trusted partner in helping you build your dream home with quality technicians who pay attention to every detail so you won't have to pay costly future repairs. At Wayne Door, we only install high-quality products to protect your family for generations to come. We have your whole house covered with garage doors, windows, and more. So choose the team at Wayne Door. People you can trust since 1973. Visit WayneDoor.com for a free quote today.
The other guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show tonight. The New Philadelphia Quaker softball team is in the house. Coach John Dubkey and I talked about what's happening in the camp at the Quaker softball camp. This time around, we've got one of those Quaker ladies on the set with us tonight, and I'm stuttering here a little bit because this young lady has a boyfriend who actually wears a Dover baseball uniform. Now, Coach Dubkey, I'm going to let you introduce this very nice young lady, okay, to everybody out there in TV land, okay?
Okay. This is senior Jillian Howard, pitcher, first baseman
Okay.
for the Quakers.
All right. You got anything funny? You got it. Does she have a nickname?
Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean.
Wow. Does
Yeah, she's like
does Cam Nauer call her Jelly Bean?
I don't know. I don't really approve of this Dover relationship. That's across the river relationship.
It's tough. She walks into practice, all the other girls go, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tough to have, but
Yeah.
well, we really like her, so we
Jillian,
accept
welcome to the Big Time Sports Show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I'm done riding you. I will say no more, okay, because I don't want to, weigh you down here a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
All right, so Coach Dubkey, look at Jillian Howard and tell me what she means to your team this year.
For 4 years, she's been a special player for us. Been on the mound for 4 years now. has done a lot of great things over 4 years with us. Done great things against that team across the river. I mean, last year's game, she pitched all 12 innings against those guys, and
That's right.
you know, took them to the brink. Just a special player. She's been a special player for 4 years, and be sorely missed next year.
Okay, Jillian, Coach, gave you all kinds of big accolades there. Give me you're a senior, right?
Yes.
All right, give me your aha moment of high school softball. You'll never, ever forget as long as you're walking this earth.
I'm telling you, that Dover game last year, it was definitely like tough at the end. Not winning was definitely sad, but that game I will like forever remember because it was fun. It was like the seniors we had last year were they were very good like players, and I don't know, it was special last year, and that game was special, and how many innings, and everyone was just like toughing it out, and it just definitely is a game I'll never forget.
How tough is it, Jillian, and you have been in the circle now probably 100 times in your 4 years.
Yeah.
How tough is it to be out there in that circle, everybody's screaming at you? The opposing fans are screaming at you. Your fans are screaming at you. Throw it down the middle. Throw a strike. How do you block all that out?
Just growing up, playing softball so many years, I've just like mentally just been able like figure. I don't know. I don't really hear people though. Like when I'm out, I've just learned to block it out over the years, and I mean, I feel like it's just something you have to do, because if you're trying to listen to what everyone's like screaming at you, then it's, like.
Okay, so now we're going to do something that I'm sure your favorite softball coach, who happens to be the guy sitting between us, I'm sure he's going to like this. Okay, are you ready? I want you, Jillian, to look straight into that camera and show everybody out there in TV land the facial expression of Coach Dumke when you throw one in the dirt and it rattles the backstop. Go ahead. How about that, Coach? Is that right? Was that a good one?
That's pretty accurate.
Wow,
That's pretty
but that
accurate.
don't happen very often.
No.
Doesn't happen very often.
No. That's pretty accurate, though.
So we talk about a blend. Coach Dumke talked about a blend of veterans and a blend of youngsters on this year's roster. Mm-hmm. How does Jillian Howard, who has been through this now for 4 years, how do you help the freshmen, in practice, or the freshmen in a game?
Well, definitely being like a senior, you have to step up into that leadership role, because having so many young girls on our team, just like showing them the way, just like little tips. Like, we're just a very young team, so they just need guidance, like just showing the way, and like showing them, like just telling them and just being there for them, and just being like in a leadership role.
What does Jillian Howard do when she's not playing softball? If you couldn't play softball, how would you feel all that time? Are you a yoga instructor? Are you a tap dancer? What do you do for fun?
Well, I definitely love hanging out with my friends. I have a good group of friends that I like to hang out with, and I like to stay active. I love going for walks, and I love being outside, and probably fill that time with the gym and stuff.
Okay, all right. So, hey, Coach, what are you going to do without her? She's a big void when she says goodbye.
Absolutely. You figure since I've been at Philly, we've had the void of Julia Miller and now the void of Jillian Howard. And
wow.
Yeah, it's two big voids in the last 5 years.
Okay, final question, and then I got to throw it to commercial. Where is Jillian Howard going to go down the road of life? Where are we going to see you 5 years from now?
Hopefully graduated college.
Where you going to college?
Yes, I'm going to OU.
OU?
Yes.
Everybody's going to OU.
Everybody's going to OU.
Yeah, I'm going to OU for nursing, so hopefully by then I'll be graduated, and I don't know, for people
That's
married
all right,
now?
you're allowed to decide later.
I'm trying
Could
to think.
be.
Hopefully maybe move back home.
Okay,
Save money.
We want you back home. Okay, you young kids, we stay home, all right?
Yeah.
So that's going to do it. They're telling me I got to throw it to break. Jillian, even though I know who your first base buddy is, okay, welcome aboard tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and good luck the rest of the season, okay?
Thank you.
Coach, always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, go Quakers.
That's right.
So let's do this. Let's go to a break, and then we've got two of those rough and tough Quakers we got to talk to in our final segment. We'll be back after you watch this from Sarah Cardani, favorite automotive dealer. It's Ferris Chevrolet Toyota.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
If you're looking for a great place to take your gang before or after the game, you gotta try the Yard in Denison. Treat your family to the very best in pizza or pasta or salad. It's delicious. So don't be shy, give the Denison Yard a try. Enjoy good food and good times at the Yard.
The American Professional Truck Driving School by Buckeye Career Center offers hands-on CDL training and expert-led classroom instruction to prepare you for success. Already trained elsewhere? No problem. Complete testing on-site at US America CDL Test Center by Buckeye Career Center. Register for training or to take your CDL test by calling today. Get the skills, get certified, get on the road with Buckeye Career Center.
Welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. In that last segment, Jillian Howard, senior first baseman and pitcher, on the segment with Coach Dubke and I. This time we're going to end tonight's show with two of those rough and tough Quakers, and let's go all the way down to the end of the table and say hello to Mackenzie Mason. And Mackenzie, welcome aboard, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, and between Mackenzie and I, and this is the last time I saw this girl with a bat in her hands, she sent one into the pine trees out in the left field at Dover City Park. This is Babe Ruth. No, not Babe Ruth. Do you know who Babe Ruth was?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's unbelievable. Anyway, this is my young friend Sarah Cardani, and she is a Quaker, and welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so ladies, let's go to Mackenzie first. Mackenzie, if Coach Dubke gave me a report card for Mackenzie Mason, what would that report card look like? Okay, next question, okay?
Okay.
Okay, if you had one extra day to work on your game, what would you work on?
Probably scooping the ball at first base.
Scooping the ball at first base.
Yep.
Do you know that if the third baseman and the shortstop, would get it over to you, you wouldn't have to scoop it?
I'm aware, yep.
Do we have any shortstops or third basemen here on the show tonight?
Me. I'm short now. I got moved.
You got moved to short?
I did.
Where did I see you play last?
Second.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
What's the deal here? Now you got a rifle over there, huh? To get it over to first base. All right, so what about, so you got moved from second to short?
Yep.
Which do you like the best?
I do like second base a little bit more, just because I've played there for a while. It's where I'm playing in college. It's just, I'm a little bit more comfortable over there, but it's not where I'm needed right now, so I guess I'll suck it up and get over it a little bit.
Do what you can for the team, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure young Mackenzie Mason would appreciate you getting the ball over there, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Sometimes it's just my
Senior
arm.
leadership, ladies. Senior leadership. What does that mean to Mackenzie?
We definitely keep the underclassmen in check.
How do you do that?
Well,
let's say you're at practice and Coach Dubke is trying to put in a new squeeze play. Okay, at home plate, put in a new squeeze play, and you got a couple freshmen standing in the back giggling and laughing and talking about what happened at school today. How do you step in and take care of this?
I definitely say something about it. There was one game where people were talking outside the dugout, and I did yell at them. I'm like, we need to pay attention to the game. Like,
wow. Take me back to your first practice. You were a freshman 4 years ago.
yes.
What's the difference between coming to practice now as opposed to that very first varsity practice?
Well, I feel like there was a lot of pressure as a freshman. I knew I wasn't going to play varsity at that time. I did play JV, but I did have a lot of pressure on me because I didn't know how well I do or how bad I do. But yeah, I have fun every single time I go to practice.
All right, let's give the microphone now to young Sarah Cardani. And Sarah, what about you? If you had one day to sharpen your game, what would you be working on? You think you're better defensively than you are at the plate?
I do. I think I'm a little bit more comfortable. I think a little bit less whenever I'm on defense. It's always come a little bit easier to me. If I had to work on something once more, it would probably be my discipline at the plate. Rise balls tend to get me a lot.
Oh, so you like the
I
high
do.
rise
I
balls?
do. It was always tough facing Jenna because that was her go-to pitch was a rise ball, and
Yes.
it was a good pitch.
Hey, even if it's not a rise ball, it's tough facing Jenna.
It is.
So, but
It
yeah.
is.
So, okay. So, how's your season gone? You're a senior. You're putting on that uniform for the last time. A little bittersweet, isn't it?
It is. Do you want my season individually?
Yes.
I'm doing pretty well. I would say my offense hasn't been as good as I have wanted it to. I was definitely a lot hotter last year at this time, but I'm starting to get back into it. There were just been a couple games where I fell off a little bit. But, I mean, defensively, I can't complain. I only have a few errors. I mean, going from second to short, big adjustment with how long the angles are definitely different, even though people may not seem to think so, they are. The throw's a little bit farther, so I think just the adjustment has made it a little bit hard, but I think I'm good.
All right, real quick, ladies, we only got like a minute or so. What are you going to do after you graduate, Mackenzie, from beautiful New Philly?
I'm going to go to Kent State Tusk, and I'm going to study clinical psychology and hopefully be a therapist for children.
Great. Good luck to you, okay? What about Ms. Cardani?
I'm going to go play softball at Clarion. It's a Division II school in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to study nursing to hopefully, in a pretty long time, be a CRNA.
All right, ladies, I want to thank you both for being here. Good luck the rest of the season. Good luck down the road of life. It's time to close the door on the Big Time Sports Show, and Jillian told me that you, too, will do a good job helping me close the door.
We got you back.
All right, you ready, ladies? Here we go. Keep your socks high.
Your powder dry.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
This has been the Big Time Sports Show. Big Time Sports Show. With your Big Time Sports guys, the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn. The Big Time Sports Show has been brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota on Wabash Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Tune in every week and see the guys take care of sports biz.
Big Time Sports Show.
Make an appointment to give.